Hi, welcome to Parrot and Wolf. Today we're going to talk about reported speech in English. Now, imagine you had a conversation with your teacher about food. You talked about some interesting things and now you want to tell a friend about it. But how do you do it? Well, we can do it in two ways: direct speech and reported speech. Native speakers use both when speaking and writing, and they're quite simple to use once you get the hang of it. You ready? Okay, let's look at direct speech first. Harry said, "I love spaghetti with cheese and pepper." This is a simple sentence in direct speech. Now, it's called direct speech because it's exactly what Harry said. The words he used are exactly the same. Notice the quotation marks used. When you see quotation marks, you know it's direct speech. You have a choice of single or double quotation marks. Both can be used, but singles are preferred for novels, books, and stories. They are sometimes also called inverted commas or speech marks. Some other examples are, "It's the best film I've seen this year," said Dan. "Who's the best footballer ever?" asked Alex. Jim asked, "Can I smoke in the house?" And "I'm scared of cats," said Jane. You can put speech verbs like say, tell, and ask before or after the direct speech. The only difference is there's more emphasis on whichever you put first. Okay, so that's direct speech. You use exactly the same words as the original person. Nice and easy. Now let's look at reported speech. Harry said he loves spaghetti with cheese and pepper. This is a simple sentence in reported speech. Now imagine the conversation again with your teacher about food. When you tell your friend about it later, you don't use the exact words the teacher used, you report it. This is reported speech. Now, what's the first thing you notice? There are no quotation marks, right? Quotation marks are only used for direct speech, never for reported speech. The other differences are, the subject pronoun has changed from I to he, and the verb has changed from love to loves. The verb changes because the pronoun changes. The important change in reported speech is the subject pronoun. Other examples are, Dan said it's the best film he's seen this year, and Jane said she's scared of cats. Okay, got it so far? Remember to check the pronoun when you change from direct to reported speech. There's some extra differences when reporting questions, so let's have a look. Alex asked who the best footballer ever is. This is a simple sentence showing a reported question. When we report a question with a question word like what, why, or who, we change the word order after the question word to subject, verb, object. Other examples are, she asked what the problem was, and the police officer asked why he had smashed the window. These examples all follow the normal subject, verb, object order after the question word. For questions without a question word, we use the same word order of subject, verb, and object, but we also use if or whether before. Jim asked if he can smoke in the house, and Jane asked whether she could leave the lecture early. This is a bit awkward to begin with, I know, but it gets easier with a bit of practice. When you read a book, I recommend practicing reported speech by changing each direct speech sentence into reported speech. It really helps, trust me. So we now know how to use reported speech in current situations. But what about when the situation has completely changed, or you're reporting about something some time ago? Well, have a look at this. "I understand the English lesson," said Emma. This is a simple sentence in direct speech. Now we want to change it to reported speech, but also to show that the situation has changed or it was some time ago. Emma said she understood the English lesson. What do you notice? The subject pronoun has changed from I to she, and the verb has changed from understand to understood. The verb has changed from present tense to past tense. Now, when the situation has changed, or it was some time ago, we move the verb tense back in the past. Some other examples are, "I'm working," he said. He said he was working. "I bought a hat," she said. She said she had bought a hat. "I can swim 4 kilometers," he said. He said he could swim 4 kilometers. "I will help you," she said. She said she would help me. "You must go home," he said. He said we had to go home. "I had eaten," she said. She said she had eaten. Present simple moves to past simple. Past simple moves to past perfect. Will moves to would. Can moves to could. Must moves to had to. Each example moves back in the past one verb tense. You can't go back any further than past perfect, of course, so that tense stays the same. Remember, when you use reported speech, you have the option to use the same verb tense or to move the verb tense back in the past. It all depends on whether you want to describe the situation as changed or unchanged. If the situation is unchanged, use the same verb tense. If the situation has changed, move the verb tense back in the past. So, to summarize, reported speech doesn't use quotation marks. Reported speech changes the subject pronoun. Reported speech describes changed and unchanged situations, and remember to check your verb tense for changed situations. To find out more about learning English for Cambridge and IELTS exams, business and work, or general conversation, visit ParrotandWolf.com.